I don't want to get into a real big debate about it, especially since I don't even feel that strongly about it, but I am pro-choice. I'm sorry, I better get that right. I am pro-choice as opposed to pro-life, but sort of borderline agnostic pro-choice. I'm not one of these people who have great hostility for the pro-life side. I can understand their argument.
Yeah.
But you are very passionately pro-life, yeah?
Yes, I definitely very passionate about pro-life.
Is that because you're pregnant?
No. I mean, no.
All right,
No.
just
but
checking.
it's mostly it's I've always had that that feeling, that belief, and I'm not gonna say, well, it's because of my faith. It's outside of I can separate my faith and that belief system from my own passion for it.
What I long for more than anything is an honest argument, because I think both sides often sort of talk past each other and rely on semantics and kind of arbitrary rules, and they don't really address the opposing argument. Classic example is AOC. I don't know if you heard her. But can I just play you a little a cut of AOC giving sort of the standard pro-choice kind of argument and the standard way of dismissing the other side?
We know that anti-choice bills are not about being pro-life, because if they were about being pro-life, then the Republican Party would support, frankly, an agenda that helps guaranteed health care, that helps ensure that people who do give birth that don't have the resources to care for a child can have that care for a child. So we know that none of this is about life. None of this is about supporting life. What this is about is controlling women's bodies and controlling people who are not cisgender men. This is about making sure that someone like me as a woman or any menstruating person in this country cannot make decisions over their own body. And people like Governor Abbott and Mitch McConnell want to have more control over a woman's body than that woman or that person has over themselves.
I wonder what percentage of the country even is familiar with the word cisgender. I would guess 5%.
I agree with that. I mean,
AOC would be very proud of me for allowing for the possibility that you might be pregnant. You see, I don't make any assumptions about who can be.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, so before you become enraged about what she said, let me kind of side with you. The obvious thing that comes rushing to my mind is, what about women? There's plenty of women who are against abortion, so her little rant there doesn't seem to make sense when you factor that into it, when she's talking about men controlling women's bodies.
No, that's true. I mean, it's to ignore that segment of those who are I wouldn't even say pro-life. Those who there's kind of a spectrum. I'm farthest of the spectrum when it comes to pro-life, but there is some are just saying, hey, look, I don't think it should be up to a certain point. Some say I think it should be kind of, he said there's some, on one side of the spectrum, who just kind of say, hey, I wish it was back to what it was, was it safe, legal, and rare? I think to, alienate an entire segment, women in general, who are, some degree of pro-life, or at least, not in that side of for abortion, I think is, sort of wrong, but I think it's pretty terrible. I mean, it's
yeah.
It is.
I think it used to be more true than it is now. Like when I was a kid, maybe my perspective changed, or maybe the population changed. But it seemed to me when I was a kid that conservatives were more uptight about sex than they are now, and they were anti-gay. And nowadays, it doesn't. I'm on Twitter and all the time, and just by the way people carry on and respond to what's going on, it's pretty apparent that most conservatives have no problem at all with gay people.
No, I mean,
they don't seem uptight about sex. I think, we can disagree about abortion, but I think they're sincere. It's not because they're uptight about sex or hate women.
Well, I mean, I always, kind of chuckle when I hear that, the argument, well, it's just a bunch of cisgender men, or just men. It's like, in all honesty, if you believe that we should disregard a men's opinion, then you should disregard Roe v. Wade because it was an all male court. It was if you want to say if you're a man you shouldn't care, then okay, let's go down that road, and then ignore Roe v. Wade because that was a all male panel.
Now, what about Casey, Planned Parenthood versus Casey? Were there any women on the court then? Because that's really the more recent case.
Yes, I believe there was. I have to
Sandra Day O'Connor, was she on the court?
Yeah, I believe so. So maybe that one you can argue. Well, it was
never
more
trust
diverse
anybody
panel.
with three names, whether it's Jonathan William Thorpe or Sandra Day O'Connor.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's some good advice. Trust me. If you knew me, trust me.
I run out of oxygen just saying your name.